Greetings and welcome back to Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, and to Isdar, our cyber junkie cannibalistic psychopath who loves animals. Or welcome to Isdar, our cyber junkie cannibalistic psychopath who loves animals, if you happened to skip the character generation. Good times, but let's start things off, because when I wrapped up character generation, because obviously the amount of time that had passed, I didn't really get to look at the game world too much. This is where we are, right in the middle there, where the @ symbol is. That's the traditional sign for this is you in roguelikes. And down here we have a town, or possibly even a city. And just over here we have a hazardous waste sarcophagus. You know what? We're not going there. Possibly ever. Now, this is the little survivor shelter here. We have these large oblongs. These are counters. In fact, if you press semicolon, you can have a look around the world, and that is always wise to do before just walking up to something and interacting with it. I just happen to know what this is. This is a counter. This is a functioning computer. This is a broken computer. These are walls, but these little things here are windows with curtains closed. In fact, we may actually open one of those in a moment to peek outside. These are doors. This is another survivor, Sparkle Rutledge. What a fantastic name. We also have some lockers, some benches, and some stairs down into a basement. Pretty much all survival shelters look exactly like this. NPCs being in them, not guaranteed, and whatever's down in the basement is randomly generated as far as I know. But before we get to doing any of that sort of fun stuff, let's check out our character. Alright, Isdar, male, cyber junkie. My intelligence is down. Why is my intelligence down? Damn it! That should be 10. What's going on? Oh, your malfunctioning bionic itches. Your skin feels extremely itchy. Your vision pixelates. We're hallucinating, we've got itchy skin. Isdar is not having the best start in life, really. But our base movement and current speeds, that sort of thing, they're all more or less neutral. Here we have our encumbrance and warmth. Now, in this game, it has an encumbrance system that's fairly detailed. In fact, it has an inventory system that is fantastically detailed. In a good way. In that you don't just have like this sort of, I don't know, trans-dimensional bag of holding that you always have somewhere. Some games employ a sort of idea that you've got a certain amount of inventory room, but you've just got random bags, and they'll always fit anything that can fit in that inventory room. And this one, not quite. You've got weight concerns, and you've got actual volume that you can carry concerns. And right now we don't have a backpack, we've just got 2 hands, so we can really only carry 2 things if we're not wearing them. Small things don't really count. You'll find pockets for those, but we're talking small things as in a box of tablets or something like that. Now, encumbrance will affect lots of our stats in different ways. Like, for example, encumbering our hands will affect our dexterity. Encumbering our mouth will affect our movement, because as you find it harder to breathe, you're not going to be able to get enough oxygen to really, power your limbs as you're, legging for your life down the road being chased by a horde of zombies. Encumbering your eyes affects things like your perception, your ability to shoot, and that sort of thing. On the right of this little section, we have blue -48. That's telling us roughly how warm we are. That is not good. It should be in the green, generally, is where you want to be. Now then, over on the very far right, up by the little mini-map, we'll actually see a few things. Head, torso, left arm, left leg, right leg. They all have little green bars next to them. They're a rough indication of how good we feel, how wounded we are. As we get wounded, those will go down, and the color will change more to a red and eventually black when that part of our body is completely ruined. But beneath that, and more interestingly, is power, 250. Now, if we'd taken a specific trait called self-aware, we would see exactly how many hit points we have. I have no idea. It could be like 3. But power 250 tells me one very important thing. We have bionics installed. Now, I was kind of assuming that was going to be the case with a cyber junkie. So if we press P, we'll find out about it. An itchy metal thing. That's an interesting named bionic, and tells me more or less exactly what it does. And it doesn't do something good. But okay, we've got 2 things here. We've got passive bionics and active bionics. Active ones, as the name implies, need to be activated and generally come with a power cost. We have an internal furnace. Now that has no real activation cost. It's kind of an exception to the rule. It's a power generator. We're going to use the exclamation mark to examine, and we're going to have a quick look at this. When this bionic is active, you can burn nearly any organic material as fuel, recharging your power level. Some materials will burn better than others. Now, I guess I need to turn that off if I want to eat, because if I eat, I want it to, you know, obviously feed me. Whereas if that's turned on, perhaps my esophagus shunts anything I try to devour down into the furnace, burns it to produce energy. So that might be why I'd need to turn that off. Sensory dulling, now that's an interesting one to start with. That would cost 50 power units and per 0 turns. I guess that might be, it's a toggleable thing then. Your nervous system is wired to allow you to inhibit the signals of pain, allowing you to dull your senses at will. However, the use of this system may cause delayed reaction time and drowsiness. Well, that does kind of make sense. If you're intentionally inhibiting the signals from your nerves, then, you know, it's a kind of a two-way street, really. You can't expect the signals from your brain to get to those nerves or nerves beyond those nerves as quickly. Internal climate control. Now, this is an interesting one. Throughout your body lies a network of thermal piping which eases the effects of high and low ambient temperature. So if we absolutely need to, we can use this to keep ourselves warm or cold, depending on the temperature around us. Now, as for the passives, just looking at the names, I can tell you that none of these are good. I've never seen anything like this. This is an entirely new profession since the last time I played, so I avoided the failed cyborg because the failed cyborg comes with a bunch of broken bionics and they are horribly hard to deal with. I kind of had an idea that the junkie would probably have some bad things, but I was hoping I wouldn't see 6 of them. But I don't see a noisemaker, and that makes me feel much, much happier. Noisemaker is pretty much just death to your character if you have that failed bionic. Alright, okay, let's have a quick check of these. Itchy metal thing. A bionic of some sort. Oh, that's a good start. So badly installed that you cannot even tell what it was originally supposed to be. Sometimes it itches. Horribly. Oh, that's not good. Bionic short circuit. A poorly wired bionic which fails to serve its intended purpose. This malfunctioning device periodically short circuits, causing systemic muscle tremors. Okay, makes us jittery. Leaky bionic. Oh, that sounds unhygienic. This botched piece of bionic hardware slowly leaks electrolytic compounds. Sorry, that was a bit of a tongue twitcher. Piezoelectric nanomaterials and other high-tech contaminants into your bloodstream. Needless to say, this is not good for your health. No, I imagine it's not good for my health. Or my, personal relations with other people. Just walking around leaking electrolytic compounds. Where from is the question, my lord. Oh, actually, it's just into my bloodstream. Oh, okay, I suppose I can let you off. Maybe. Okay, endocrine innovator, alright. Through a combination of psychochemical manipulation and old-fashioned electrical nerve stimulation, this malfunctioning bionic alters your brain chemistry. Oh, that's never a good sentence. In such a way as to cause fatigue. You will find yourself tiring a bit faster than before. Wow. Is that, honestly, my expectations of you surviving have gone down from a few days to 1. Possibly less. Right, a visual disruptor, a malfunctioning bionic which causes occasional visual distortion and pixelization. And motor control overstimulator. 1 piezoelectric solenoid installed backwards, 2 crossed wired, and 4 burned out capacitors. I'm not going to go the whole partridge in a pear tree cliche. Later, and you started falling on your face, writhing around at the least convenient time. My god, Isdar has got full body Tourette's. This day just couldn't get any worse. This incoherent incorrectly configured bionic periodically stuns you for a short duration. Well, Isdar. Ooh, remove. Now that's new. I've not seen remove before. Oh, don't tell me it's going to be that easy. Really? Can I just take them out? Will it hurt me? I imagine it'll hurt me, but damn it, leaky bionic, you're going first. Removing bionics requires a cutting tool and a first aid kit. And an awful lot of liquid courage. I imagine. Some of it may even actually be used to sterilize things. Most of it, however, will be used for what it says on the tin. Liquid courage. Right, okay. We're going to, before we talk with the other survivor here, we're going to dip down into the basement. Now, what are we going to find in here? Let's open this door. Now, we don't have a light, but let me check my inventory. We do have a lighter. Yes, I remember starting with a lighter. We've got briefs, tank top, shorts, pair of low top tennis shoes. We want to change those soon. Aspirin, we've got 20 aspirin. Okay, that's not too bad. I guess we use the painkillers in a fight, but if we're not in a fight, we'll use our natural abilities to suppress pain, where it doesn't really matter if we're a little bit sluggish. We've got a plastic bag of rolling tobacco and rolling papers, and To Serve Man. That's a fantastic book to have. I will tell you why. To Serve Man. You need to read this book to see its contents. Okay, well, that would give us an idea of recipes and other things like that. It's a cookbook. Now, the reason why there's that kind of pause there is I imagine to anyone but Isdar, it would be kind of horrific to find out that this was a cookbook, because To Serve Man is not about, as one might assume, serving a gentleman a meal. It is about serving a gentleman as a meal. Perfect for Isdar, horrific for anyone other than Isdar. Well done, Isdar. You are our hero. Right, okay. Can I activate this lighter? No. Okay, I've got nothing to light. Fair enough. Right, I'm just going to basically walk around the walls in here. This is a basement. Already, I can more or less tell you there isn't going to be much down here. Generally, if a basement has something useful, you'll encounter, like, shelves. Tin of canned salmon? Yes, please. We've got nothing to open the tin yet, though, so we'll pick it up. Oh, we've got... There is a fire extinguisher here. Also, I'm wielding the tin of canned salmon. I don't think this is... Oh, really? My itchy skin. Stop. Stop making Isdar itch. Isdar doesn't like to itch. Right, we're going to drop that tin of canned salmon right there. That'll keep for ages. I mean, it's tin food. Of course, it'll keep for ages. Right, okay. We're going to take you with us. You start scratching yourself. No, don't do that, Isdar. Bad. Right, okay, we've got a fire extinguisher. Let's have a quick look at this. Does it actually have any... where are you? Are we not wielding it? Did I not pick it up? Did it say... you see here... You start scratching your torso. Ah, damn it, I left it there. It appears. Oh, that's annoying. Go back down. I should have read that message properly. Right, get, please. Nope, let me pick it up. I kept scratching my torso instead of getting things. Ah, this is going to be a very difficult run. I'm just going to say that now. Right, okay, let's have a quick look at this. Has it got foam or whatever is in this? This is a large emergency fire extinguisher. It would be useful for putting out adjacent fires or for clubbing things around the head with it. It's got a bash of 13. Quite weighty. We'll hold on to this. Our torso is actually damaged. We have been scratching our torso so much that we've wounded it. Isdar, self-control, man. Okay. Right, well, let's have a chat with Sparkles here. Well, I guess it's just us. I guess it is. What should we do now? I don't know. Look for supplies and other survivors, I guess. Okay. Look at, we can do. Let's have a look at them. They have a knife spear. They're wearing a pair of boots, pants that would fit us, dress shirt, which would fit us, apparently, a leather jacket, a pair of medical gloves, a bandana, and a hunting cap, which would also fit us. That's rather useful information, I must say. I mean, for Isdar, it's very useful information. I mean, just hypothetically speaking, if Isdar was to kill you and eat your flesh, then there would be 3 items of clothing that he could then wear. It's very, very useful. Size up, strength 8 to 10, so in the same sort of range as our strength, but they are armed with a knife spear. Okay, very well, Sparkles. I will talk to you a little bit more. Like, ooh. Right, we're walking close to these things so we can see what's inside them, I think. Let's have a quick look. There is an emergency jacket there. There are other items as well. There's nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing in there. Oh, I like that. We have to walk up next to them to actually properly see what's happening. Right. Okay, emergency jacket and a folded emergency blanket. Emergency jacket. Let's have a look at this. Protection 1, cut 1, coverage 90%, warmth 25. The torso and the arms are what it covers. Has a storage of 2, that's good. As I was saying, you need storage to store volume. You can't just carry something. In some games, as I kind of alluded to with the whole, enormous bag of holding or just carrying around a massive pile of items just in your arms whilst also being able to fight. Not so in this game. Right now, we have very little storage capacity, so when we pick something up, we wield it because it's in our hands. That's the only place we have to store it. Extra clothing with more storage will give us the options to carry things with us. A brightly and cheaply made FEMA issue windbreaker jacket with a hood. One size fits none. Helps keep you unfrozen and visible for rescuers. This gear is generally worn over clothing. This piece of clothing has pockets to warm your hands. This piece of clothing has a hood to keep your head warm. You know what? That's actually really fantastic. Let's go ahead and take that. Put the emergency jacket, put on, yes. Yes, I would. All right. Now, what else? There's a blanket in there, but we don't really need that blanket just yet. Now, there are many things we can do. We can bring open the construction menu. This is where you would build things on the tiles. Like you can build your own houses. You can create traps, spike pits, barbed wire fencing. You can clear up windows, build new windows. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Remove carpet, really? Carpet floor in red? My lord. You'd need one red carpet. You can paint walls now. Build a water... My god, there's more things. You can build an anvil and a forge. This has really expanded since the last time I played this game. My goodness, that's fantastic. But another thing you can do is you go for the ampersand. The construction menu is the asterisk, but if you go for the ampersand, then you bring up the crafting screen. Now, these are the things we already know how to do. There's weapons. We can have a look at the different types of weapons. There's other mods, explosives. We can make a Molotov cocktail, a pack of firecrackers. We can make a spray can flamethrower. That's fantastic. A self bow. Sawn-off shotgun, sawn-off Saiga 12. I imagine we'd need those. I mean, we can't just make a shotgun. It would be more a case of, I imagine we'd saw the end off a shotgun. Makeshift knife. We'd need like rags, 50 duct tape. Tools required. One tool with hammering of one or more. You could use a rock for that. Generally, rocks would have hammering. Cutting battery. We can't make anything yet. Now, as for ammo, we can make bullets, arrows, we can make darts, components, wooden arrow shaft. Okay. A handful of darts, useful as ammunition for blowguns. Components. A crude shaft made of wood. It needs arrowheads and fletching to become a functional arrow. You can, however, fire it from a bow. So I imagine we could use that at a pinch with a bow that we made ourselves. Pebble. A handful of pebbles, useful as ammunition for slings or slingshots. That's pretty cool. Food, we can make clean water, salt, cooked meat. We can make salt. Yuck, you surely wouldn't want to eat this. It's good for preserving meat and cooking, though. Oh, we'd use salt water, I see. One tool with boiling of one or more. So a fire or something like that in a pot. We could boil the water out of... boil the salt out of the salt water. That makes a lot of sense. Protein drinks, cooked creep. What on earth is a cooked creep? One human flesh. A freshly cooked slice of some unpleasant person. Tastes great. This food is perishable. Okay. Cooked plant marrow. Noodles, burrito, TV dinner, various other things. Cooked creep. Okay. I guess when you're a professional cannibal, you can just taste the type of person they were in life. All right. Well, pretty large amount of things there. We can make pasta, bread, that sort of stuff. Chemicals. We can make a hand-rolled cigarette. A roll your own made from tobacco and rolling paper. Stimulates mental acuity and reduces appetite. Despite being handcrafted, it's still highly addictive and hazardous to health. We can also make salt water. We can make salt water? I imagine that is requiring salt and water. Yes, okay. We can make a joint as well. Marijuana, cannabis pod, whatever you want to call it, it's rolled up in a piece of paper and ready for smoking. That, no doubt, would help our morale, which is really important. We don't know how to make anything electrical, which is actually a little bit surprising. Okay. Armor, we can make an MBR vest. A modular bullet-resistant vest. Okay. A loincloth, a fur loincloth. We could go all caveman if we really wanted to. Fairly... random assortment of odds and sods, really. And other. A fire drill. That would be helpful for making campfires. Charcoal water purifier. That would be very good. Using this item on a container full of water will purify the water using layered charcoal. Once the charcoal has purified enough water, it will become unusable. It can only be disassembled and recycled. Water taken from uncertain sources like a river may be dirty. That is really, really important, actually. But it requires a lot of charcoal. I imagine we'd be able to make something like a charcoal pit then. But right now we have no tools. Absolutely nothing. But we want a weapon of some sort. So, let's have a quick look. What can we make? We can make possibly a nailed bat. No, we don't have a bat. Rock in a sock. A sock and a rock. That makes sense. Makeshift crowbar. Cudgel. Fair enough. No, actually, go back. I want to have a look at cutting, makeshift machete, a 2x sword, a 2x4 with a cross guard and whittled down point. Not much for slashing, but much better than your bare hands. That's actually not bad. Techniques, parry. Piercing, makeshift knife. A knife consisting of a long, somewhat sharpened spike and a tightly wrapped rag as a handle. It makes a good melee weapon. Alright, we might be able to make that. Tool with a hammering of 1 or more. A rag, 50 duct tape, 2 small string, or 100 sinew, 100 thread, 100 plant fibers, and a spike. Fair enough. A pointy stick. Tool with cutting, 1 or more. A knife spear. I don't think we're going to be able to make those. Now the self bow is interesting. Tool with cutting. We're gonna need a knife from somewhere, so we are going to have to hunt for that. But the first thing we're going to do. So if you press S, you will smash, and then you choose a direction. There we go. We've smashed this thing up here. Let's have a look. There is 2x4 here. There are some other items here as well. Let's go ahead and grab some of this. We've got some nails and splintered wood. I'm going to take 1 2x4. That's going to put us over our volume allotment, so I'm going to have to drop the fire extinguisher. Yes. I would rather a 2x4 for fighting, I think. Let me just check that out. 2 hit bonus is +1. Bash 10. Moves per attack 112. I didn't actually check the fire extinguisher for that. Plank of wood. Let's actually go and stand on this. Actually, no. Let's just have a quick look. That is moves per attack many, many more. Okay, so we're happy with the 2x4. This is all that we're going to be able to use for now. It's time, I think, to go and explore. But first, let's just open this curtain. Anything bad outside? No, doesn't look like it. We can have a little bit of a more of a peek by using the semicolon to have a glance outside, but no, I think we're going to go out. I'll close the curtains though, so Sparkles doesn't get startled if there are any very bad things in here. I wonder, before we go, could I possibly smash one of these? I could. Okay, what have we got? Scrap metal, chunk of steel, pipe. Ooh. Moves per attack 102. Bashing. Oh, that's much better than a 2x4. Disassemble this item might yield 7 scrap metals. Okay. Scrap metal, bash 1, an assortment of small metal bits and scrap. Useful in all kinds of crafting. You know what? Let's go ahead and smash this floor here. Sometimes it takes a little while. Now, when you craft, it will actually draw items from nearby. They don't have to be in your inventory. They can be strewn around. I think there's about a 2-tile limit. But as you can see, we can now make a nail board, a long piece of wood with several nails through one end. Essentially, a simple mace. Makes a great melee weapon. Bashing 10, stab 3. That's not bad. Moves per attack, 108. Okay. And the makeshift crowbar. Bashing 12, cut 1 to hit bonus +2. It's even faster. Material steel. Disassembling this item might yield 3 scrap metal. Oh, this is really good. This is a pipe with ends that have been bent and hammered flat to resemble a crowbar. Use it to open locked doors without destroying them, or to lift manhole covers. You could also wield it in a fight, in a pinch. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a crowbar there. You craft the makeshift crowbar from memory. There's no room in your inventory for the makeshift crowbar, so you drop it. I would actually pretty much like this as my main weapon. So yeah, drop the 2x4, thank you. Okay, this is a little bit better. We're going to go out and we're going to see what we can do. I probably could check out the computer, but for now we're just going to make our path down to the town. Now, let's have a quick look at what types of buildings there are. There's houses. Now, they're generally a good place to find all sorts of things. An electronics store. What I really need is a pharmacy, because I need a medic kit, and I can raid a house possibly to get a knife. I need to cut these terrible things out of Isdar's body. Sporting goods store. Good place to get some new clothes and some gear that you can use for actual fighting. A baseball bat is much better than a 2x4. Grocery store. Oh, good. Some food. But that won't last particularly long. Right now, our character, this is more or less at the beginning of the apocalypse from what I understand, or rather just after the Cataclysm struck. So, the grocery store probably won't have power, or if it does, it won't have power for long. There's a gas station there as well. So any perishables, pharmacy, any perishables inside will probably start to rot pretty quickly. A park, grocery store. There's a lot of good stuff here. A pizza parlor. That's new to me. Subway station. We won't be going to the subway. That's pretty much death. Lots of electronics fields. There is farming in the game now. So that is also an option. But we're going to start making our way down there. Now, right now... Oh, mouth will be frost-nipped in the next few hours. You know what? Internal climate control. I would like to activate you. There we go. Our internal climate control should now be trying to help us out. Torso, left arm, right arm. They're warmer now, by the way, because we've got the jacket on. Our melee skin is -1 and dodge skill is -1 because of encumbrance, though. Let me just have a quick look at this. The emergency jacket. Is that natural encumbrance? Yes, encumbrance 1. Still, it's better not to be too cold. Right, our body temperature is rising now because I turned on the internal climate control. Our power, however, is dropping. There are papers over here. What are these? Ooh, spotted a zombie child. Now, as I was saying, we've got safe mode on. That's what's just kicked in. Basically, I can move freely until I see something that's hostile. Then the game will stop. So if you want to hold down a movement button, you can just whiz across the screen. If you don't have safe mode on, you'll just... Well, there's a potential that you'll just charge straight into some horrible den of evil. And by the time you realize what's happened, it's way too late to try and escape. But right now, that zombie child is going to be on the very edge of my ability to see it. There we are. Zombie child, hostile. It is uninjured. It's only a child, and little is different about it now, aside from the hungry look in its eyes. You'd be hard-pressed not to feel like you were killing an actual child by putting it down. Thankfully, Isdar doesn't care. Isdar is a monster. Right, okay, what's this then? Newspaper page. Now, these are a little bit new as well, but there's scraps of lore in this. Now, I'm not going to spoil the lore. I know a lot about the game lore in the sort of icy secrets because that is in-game and in-character secrets because I've played the game before. And I've learned them by discovering pieces of information. But for those who are new to it, I'll try to preserve that a little bit. Towns occupied territory. FEMA officials said today, do not try to defend your property in towns. Invaders use advanced tracking, perhaps scent. Please retreat to your nearest evacuation center outside town and await extraction. Okay, well, that's fair enough then. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about that zombie down there. Now, I am really rusty on the controls. Ah, there's something else there as well. What is this? That is a tough zombie. Once an athletic human, now a brutal monster. Its facial features are twisted into an expression of pure rage. Let's try and avoid its attention if we can. The child zombie is still down there. There's turkeys around. We could hunt these animals. Odds are we wouldn't be able to hunt very effectively. There's a zombie dog. Really? Okay. Where is it? It probably hasn't sensed me yet, but that could change very quickly. Now down here, that little blue ring around something is telling me that there's more items there. This is a rock here. There are other items there as well. I don't know what they are. I can see that it is a rock, but that's about it. You can see a car of some sort down there. I'm not going to easily be able to tell. Oh, actually, I can already see that one of the wheels is busted. Black generally means it's completely broken. Red means it's very broken. Yellow means it's damaged. Dark green means it's scratched, and bright green means it's in perfect operation. Oh wow, Shocker zombie, Shocker brute. That is completely new to me, and that is horrifically terrifying. A Shocker brute. You see a little bit of light around it because it's basically electric. A Shocker brute. I didn't, like, previously there are like Left 4 Dead style mobs. There's bloated zombies, which are boomers, brutes, which are basically tanks. Shockers are zombies that were post-human before the Cataclysm. They had like bionics and stuff like that, so they're malfunctioning now. But this is like mixing a tank with another special infected. A huge beast covered in visible scarring from what you can only guess was research. Being near it, you can hear a slight humming, like that of an electrical transformer. That is absolutely terrifying. You're going to give that a wide berth. If something aggroes to you, that's fine. But if the brute notices you, you're dead. We can see it really well because it's lighting up the area around it. But we're going to try and stay very far away. Okay. Ooh. Malfunctioning biotic itches. Your skin feels extremely itchy. That's not good. My intelligence has dropped a little bit. But we are making our way over to this car. We can't see anything bad. There's dogs and squirrels and they're fine. We don't mind them, generally. Dogs are not feral by this point. Okay, let's have a quick look at this car. Now, this is basically the vehicle building screen. See all this room around this car? You could eventually build an enormous tank fortress that is like 2 or 3 houses wide and has its solar panels and a fusion reactor. I don't know if there are fusion reactors. I wouldn't be surprised with this game. But, you know, you would literally live in it. You just move from town to town. It has some battery, has some gasoline. What else is wrong with it? There's got to be something wrong. Okay, the engine is completely busted. The frame there is busted. The frame is busted there as well. Doors, control seatbelt. I mean, this isn't too bad of a car. If I knew some mechanics, I'd be able to fix it, perhaps. But one thing I could do is keep that in mind for parts later on. It didn't look... Well, actually, there's something over here. As I said, the blue light there is... the blue border is letting me know that there's some things here. Get items. What have we got? A flashlight. Ooh, with some batteries as well. This is a heavy-duty LED flashlight. Using this flashlight will turn it on and provide light, assuming it is charged with batteries. Yes, I would like to take it. Okay, now, our volume, if we have a look, we've got volume 4 of 6. We can carry that flashlight. Did we get it? No, I don't think we did. That's interesting. Let me try that again. We should be able to get it. Ah, there we go. Right, we've picked it up. Perfect. Okay, now it's 6 of 6. We literally can't carry anything else. But that's probably just like sticking out of a pocket kind of awkwardly. Right. We are at comfortable temperature, but our body temperature has dropped quite a lot. So I'm going to want to turn that off now. Okay. Let's deactivate our climate control. Our body temperature is going to drop. And there we are. Comfortable falling up in the top left. I can't afford to play with that brute. So whatever I do, I need to do it quietly, ideally. The problem is, if we try to break this house open, it will alert the brute. Of that, there is absolutely no doubt. What's over there? Hardware store. There may be some weapons over there. Okay, we're gonna try and make our way over there instead. Okay, dog, you can carry on your way. If I had some food, perhaps I could befriend the dog. Ooh, has that zombie seen me? It has seen me. Oh no. I think the zombie may have let the others know. If it starts groaning and making a move for me, then the others may follow suit. Let's hope that we can trick this. Right, okay. Right in front of us is a bush. It's a shrub. Now, the thing with a shrub is it's going to cost movement to cross it. If something tries to climb into it, it's going to be delayed, it's going to be slowed down, it's going to take a lot of time before they can react to anything. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and let this zombie come to me. Here it comes. And none of the other zombies are with it. That's the main thing. Now, zombies are stupid and will generally just try to walk straight towards you. So I'm going to try and position myself opposite it. There we are. Come on. From the southwest, you hear a brush. There we go. It's climbed into the bush. So, let me just double check. Am I wielding my crowbar? Yes, I am. Very well. Let's wallop this zombie. Well, that's a nice little effect there. Right, we've hit the zombie for 9 damage. If I wanted to look at the zombie, I could. A human body swaying as it moves. An unstoppable rage is visible beneath its oily black eyes. It is lightly injured. We're just going to keep punching it for now with... Oh, well, not punching it, just walloping it with our makeshift crowbar. And it's taking time. Normally, it would be fighting back, but it's currently encumbered with trying to get through the brush. So we whacked it for 10 damage, whacked it for 21, that was critical, that has dropped its HP quite a lot. Let's have a look. It's heavily injured, good. Actually, it might even be stunned. Yes, it's stunned, so it's going to take even longer for it to respond. Hit the zombie for 5 damage. Ooh, we just got hit back. We whacked it for 15, it lunged forward, it bites our right leg. Not good times for us. But it would tell us if that was a particularly deep wound. If the only time you really need to be worried about a zombie bite... It's not like Walking Dead or anything like that. The zombie plague isn't just in the air, or at least I don't think it. No, actually, I'm fairly certain it isn't. But if they can infect you with a wound, like biting really deep, then you need to do something to deal with that. But it's not one of those unstoppable plagues where once you're infected, that's it. You're pretty much dead unless you've got the cure. You just need to treat it with a proper. You need to clean the wound out properly. Ideally with a med kit. If you don't have a med kit, then you can kind of slum it and just heat a blade or a piece of metal or a cutting implement of some sort, with even just with a lighter if you have to, and then cauterize the wound, which would kill the infection. But it is severely injured, which is good. Let's continue to smack it. We hit it for 18 damage. I can't imagine it's going to be around for much longer. There we are. The zombie is dead. Now, there's going to be items there. Blood splatter. There is shredded sundress there. There are other items there as well. But the first thing we want to do, we want to smash. The corpse is thoroughly pulped. I pressed S. I tried to move into the direction. We've pulped the corpse beyond its ability to get back up and start fighting us. There's a torn polo shirt, shredded sundress, a shredded pair of sneakers. Ooh, a cash card, really? A pulped zombie corpse. All right. I wouldn't actually mind the sneakers. Let's have a look at those. Right. Guaranteed to make you run faster and jump higher. Okay. The piece of clothing fits you perfectly and layers easily. This gear is generally worn as clothing. I think they would be better than our current shoes. We're going to take this. Put on the shredded sneakers. Yes. Now, we've currently put that on top of our current shoes, I think. Or maybe not. It doesn't actually look like our feet are encumbered at all. That's rather interesting. Let's have a look in here. Did we wear the sneakers? No, it probably said that we couldn't. Right, okay. Let's have a look at these. Lightweight shoes made of cloth and rubber. This piece of clothing fits you perfectly. The gear is generally worn as clothing. This piece of clothing performs well even when soaking wet. This can feel good. Okay. I would prefer the sneakers so we can move faster. So go ahead and drop those. Then take the sneakers. There we are. Shredded pair of sneakers. It is quite badly damaged, but if we can repair them, then it would be worthwhile for us. There we are. You put the shredded pair of sneakers on your feet. Okay, so if we have a look over here now, we may actually have an increase in movement speed. We don't right now. But we have pain as well. Minus 2% to a lot of things. Being hurt in this game isn't anything you can just casually allow to happen and then trust your natural regen. You will regenerate slowly, but much the same way a normal person would. If you rest and you've cleaned the wound and things like that, you will recover over time. The human body is a remarkable tool in that sense. Right, let's have a quick look at the map. What I'm thinking of doing is trying to make our way down here and hopefully avoid the brute over there. Check out the hardware store. Check out the house. Try to just move past the gas station if we can and into the pharmacy. At worst case scenario, if I need to and I can find the components, I'll make a Molotov cocktail. Because we could just fill a milk bottle or something like that with gas from the gas station. And if absolutely necessary and we suddenly get charged by crazy brutes and stuff, because we wouldn't survive in a straight fight. That just wouldn't happen yet. Eventually, maybe. But if we can lure the bad guys over here and then just throw a Molotov cocktail whilst we're making our getaway, the explosion could take out a lot of the badness. But the noise would be catastrophic. Almost every zombie for a very, very great distance would be attracted to that kind of explosion. So it's not something we want to do lightly. That is more of a plan should everything else go wrong. Right, our temperature is rising, and I don't see any zombies. This is good. This is really good. It's sunny at the moment. That's fantastic. There's a moose. There's a fat zombie. Really? Doesn't sound like a boomer. That's usually something else. They're usually called bloated zombies. Right, there's a fat zombie down here. Let's... Oh, I can't actually see that far. I can't look down towards it. Okay. Well, that's fine. On that note, I think we're going to wrap up this episode. We have found a bunch of houses and we might be able to make our way inside and do a little bit of searching. But Isdar is suffering, bless him. His body was not made for this kind of, for these kinds of shenanigans. What on earth is that? It looks like a bat. It's a jumping spider. It's uninjured and it's ignoring us. A little spider with elongated forelegs. It does not build extensive webs, but leaps very quickly, appearing to move instantaneously from one spot to another. Normally I'm afraid of spiders, but our animal empathy might be cutting us some slack here right now. So maybe we don't have to worry about that just yet. But that is it for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to be exploring some more of this city. So I do hope you're looking forward to that. But until then, and as ever, do take care.